I want to thank the fire department that immediately got on scene, basically scooped them and got in here to the hospital. Officer Garcia is 24 years old. He's got 1 year of service, graduated in August of 2016, assigned to the South Central Command. The department picked up his mother, his father, and his two brothers, brought them here. They've been here with us. They're here with us now. And like the mayor said, the one thing that we really need right now is prayers. This is a young man that's 24 years old at the beginning of his career, and sadly, he's fighting for his life. We still do not lose hope. And again, his name is Nestor Garcia. So if you're going to pray for him and his family, please pray for him and his family by name, Nestor and the Garcia family. The suspect that entered the scene at about 60 miles per hour, a high rate of speed, again is a 79-year-old male. He's been arrested and he's been charged with intoxication assault of a peace officer. So that's the initial charges against that individual. With that, I'm gonna turn it over to Doc real quick, and then we'll open it up to any questions. Doc?
Good morning. Officer Garcia is currently in the operating room. He's listed in critical condition. He has a variety of injuries. He has a head injury, which is being evaluated. The neurosurgeons have already come out and spoke to the family about the findings there. He also has intra-abdominal injuries and some fractures. These are all injuries which that are either correctable or manageable. We are concerned, however, about the head injury, and time will tell, but he is in the care of the trauma team right now. And as I said, the neurosurgeons have been with him already, and they will continue to operate on him. And we will get an update as soon as it comes out and is available. But I'd like to reinforce what both the mayor and the chief have said, is that the prayers from the public are really important right now. We'd really appreciate those.
Any questions?
Chief, what can you tell us about this suspect? Does he have any prior DWI issues in the past?
Well, that's all part of the ongoing investigation. I can just tell you, he's a 79-year-old white male, and he was arrested at the scene. He's being evaluated by DREs, drug recognition experts, and he's been charged. The DA took charges on intoxication assault of a peace officer. That's all I can tell you right now.
Chief, we have seen this time and time again, whether they're pulling over drunk drivers, suspected drunk drivers, or they're making traffic stops like this so early in the morning, getting hit by people that are intoxicated. What do you say about this, everlasting epidemic?
Well, you know how I feel about drunk driving. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. And quite frankly, if it turns out through the investigation, when we're done with this, that the person is under the influence of alcohol or drugs, we need to hold people accountable. This is 2017, and people need to start paying attention to what they're doing out there. And besides that, you know that when you're on the freeway and you see emergency lights, you need to slow it down, and if at all possible, avoid the scene or get way over to one side or the other to give those officers or the tow driver or the fire department, whoever's out there, plenty of space.
Chief, can you verify the age of the suspect again?
Suspect is a white male who is 79 years of age.
What was his name?
We're not releasing the name.
Can you tell us how many officers were out there at the scene and how they're doing now?
There's several officers that were at the scene because it was a felony car stop. The suspect nearly struck other officers that barely escaped, were able to get out of the way, and unfortunately Nestor was not able to get out of the way and was dragged for quite a distance. They're pretty shaken up. We've got psychological services, obviously, there with them. We've got the chaplains here, and we'll be there to support them and all his extended HPD family.
Can you tell me what those officers who were not struck did to try and help this officer who was struck?
Well, they obviously, they immediately started rendering aid. They called for the paramedics. I actually got to meet the paramedics out here earlier and thank them personally. They were phenomenal. And when you have this trauma, we're very lucky, we're very fortunate. We have Herman here. It's a phenomenal institution that does some great work. And unfortunately, I've been here only a year, but we've been here too often for this. Anything else?
Just yesterday, we were at a funeral for a Metro police officer. Today, now an HPD officer in the hospital. How do you guys kind of gather together and support these families and support each other?
When you become a first responder, you know that, and one of the things about drunk driving, we always tell our officers, the people that are most at risk from drunk drivers are the people that are on the highways mostly out of their cars on a regular basis, and that's peace officers. So we support our families by being here. I mean, the mayor of the fourth largest city got up, got out here. You know, that means the world to these families, that our mayor is not just a guy that hangs out at City Hall. He's out in the front lines with his men and women, just like he did during Hurricane Harvey. So we're very fortunate that we live in a city that, if you look out here, then this is just a fraction of the command staff that's here. Because we want to send a message to our families that in the event that their loved one is seriously injured, or they're, God forbid, they're killed, they will not be alone. This journey will be a journey that we'll take together as an HPD family, an extended first response family, and obviously the city family with our mayor. Okay?
Mayor, can you tell us if you had a chance to speak with this family, and what did you tell them?
Well, we did have a chance. I did speak with them. In fact, we all have been in there with them. What we wanted them to know is that they're not going through this by themselves. The city of Houston, we are their family. They have a very extended family, and we wanted them to know that we're here in support of their son, in support of their brother, and that we're offering our prayers to him, and we're offering our prayers to them as well. I think when you're going through this and you don't know what the future will hold, you rely very much on your faith, and I think it's important for them to know that the city is standing with them in these particular moments, and not just today, but in the days and weeks to come. So let's pray for them. And it means all the world when people know that they're not going through this by themselves. We're not exactly in their shoes, but this was a police officer working on behalf of the city of Houston. He was doing his job when this accident happened. We were appreciative of him before. We're going to be very supportive of him now, but not only him, but of his mom, his dad, his two brothers. So this is a city that believes in prayer. We stand on our faith, and this is one of those times where, if nothing else, we can be supportive and we can be prayerful for them. So let's just do that, okay? And let's just pray for the best. Okay, thanks.
Hey, you know, one of the things that I'm grateful for, besides the fact that we have a great mayor and council and a great community and great department, is that in law enforcement, too often in labor and management sometimes fight. But one of the things that I'm proud of is that we have a police union here that absolutely gets it. During the storm, they were there for their members, they were there for the community. Throughout the year, they're there for the members, they're there for the community. And today they're here. We've got two of the vice presidents here, Joe Gamaldi and Doug Griffith. And Doug actually, I actually asked them to go back to the scene to go check on the officers. And I'd like Doug to say a few words about the officers that were involved and are at the scene. Doug?
I just wanted to reiterate, I know you had asked a question about the officers on the scene. Those guys out there saw obviously a traumatic scene, one of their own go down, and they did a phenomenal job. They acted professionally. They were able to take the suspect into custody without incident and rendered first aid until paramedics got there. And I just want you guys to keep them in your prayers, because that is something that nobody ever wants to see. And they're torn up over it. They really are. And just keep them in your prayers. Thank you.
You know, not to reiterate what everybody was saying, but please, we're asking the entire Houston community, please pray for Officer Garcia and his family right now. That's what we really need. We will be here to support these officers. Our entire Blue family is going to rally around Officer Garcia and his family and make sure they get everything we need. But we need the community now. Support us, please, and pray for Officer Garcia and his family.
Thank you all very, very much.